morning and welcome to the Moopsyverse, where in addition to everything else that happened yesterday, apparently my clock on my computer reset by 5 minutes. Oops.
5 minutes? That's random.
Um, well, okay, so I was just telling What's the Hell this, by the way. Good morning, What's the Hell? Good morning, Chris. I'll make that official here.
Good morning.
And the mic's
Morning.
working. So, I've been having no end of problems with the game, but it was only appearing in Stowe, so I thought it was an issue with Stowe. But it got to the point where I couldn't make anything work yesterday morning, which is why we had a 1 minute show yesterday. Boxed up the computer, hauled it off to Micro Center, chit-chatted with them, and first suggestion is put in a new SSD. So I have a 2 terabyte SSD now, as opposed to the 500 gig I had before. So significantly improved. Lots of space for
Do you
playing
have
with
an
stuff.
SSD before?
Oh yeah, I had an SSD before. It was just a small SSD.
Okay.
So now,
Yeah, 500 is a bit small.
yeah, well, I mean, you can certainly put enough stuff on it as long as I'm very careful with what I put on it. But by the time it was getting full, there's no room for adding anything. So those momentary things where you're, gaming or something, it's just not working. So upped it to 2 terabytes. Came back, and it didn't take him very long to do it. It wasn't that expensive, but I think when he powered it down and powered it back up, it never recalibrated. And I didn't notice the times when I was working with it last night. But let's see if it actually works today is a whole different story. But my son had to come over last night to make sure it was working because, he's a good boy.
Wait, so that was the only thing really? That
Yep,
disk was just not enough space?
yep, that's what he thinks. Now, that's not a for sure thing because, so I played a little bit last night and it seemed to have fixed all the problems. Did it fix all the problems? I don't know because I only played a little
Is
bit.
is that your C drive?
Yes.
Huh. Yeah, that would have a page file that run into problems
Yep.
then, yes.
Yep.
But normally we don't know how Windows...
Well,
What Windows do you have?
unfortunately, Windows 10.
What's unfortunate about that?
It
Thank the maker that you don't have 11.
Yeah, while I understand that it's getting harder and harder to acknowledge that it's going to lose support very shortly.
10 already lost support.
Oh well, then I'm screwed. But for fortunately, the computer guys at Micro Center, the guy just looks at it and goes, "Okay, boopity 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 boopity. This is what's happening. This is what's happening." And I told him everything, and he's like, "This would be my first suggestion." I said, "Well, I plan to get a new machine later in the year." He goes, "Don't spend a fortune on this. Let's try this. If it doesn't work, come on back and we'll play with it some more." So hopefully this is it. But yeah, I do need to get something a little bit better. Maybe this will give me an extra year out of it. I don't know.
You said it yourself that it's an older computer that your husband put up, so...
Well, my video card is a GTX 1070, so it's which wasn't cutting edge at the time, but it wasn't bad at the time. Now it's kind of old. It still works fine. But I will treat myself to
STO, that's perfectly fine.
Yep.
No.
It actually works fine on Space Marines too, which is pretty impressive because, of course, that's what my son had to check out last night. And it does look good. So what you got today, Chris, for endeavors?
A lot of rerolls. Many, many rerolls.
I have Terrans on the ground, Herc attendants, and repair shields in space, so I haven't done the event yet today, though, either.
While
Yeah,
you
Hack
defeat
Attendants.
Terrans on the ground, I can heal you because I need to heal health on the ground.
Does it count if you heal my health?
I suppose. Yes, should do.
Okay, yeah. Admittedly, I don't take a lot of damage, but
Otherwise, I'll go scrubbing on Nukara.
yeah, there is that. Hang on. I know Chris loves ground ever so much. Wait, there's something else I found that's fun for doing damage healing if you like living dangerously, which is in home when you get to the sequence where you're fighting the attendants. In the very first room, there is a piece of equipment that's that has fallen down and is
Mm.
shedding radiation, and it causes a lot of damage. So, in fact, it'll kill you if you don't get out there real quick. So, I will set up a medical generator, jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out, back and forth like that for like a minute. It's the same as any place else, but it's at least it's not just sitting there watching the acid pour down on me.
Well, it's my green endeavor, the
Oh,
heal health, so that won't be taking too long.
that won't be taking too long.
My blue endeavor is defeat Gorn on Nimbus,
Oh,
20 of them,
that's not fun.
and
I got this kicked out as soon as I could.
my purple endeavor is win GPL.
Oh my
Oh,
God, you got. Well, you've
why
got
is that even
horrible
an
Wotzehell
endeavor?
so easy. Well, if you go to Nimbus, you've got a Dabo table, so you can do two in one place. Technically, I suppose you could heal things here too, though. The only place you can
Which is
really
why
take.
I'm on Nimbus.
Oh, I'm on Nimbus too. Where are you?
Which instance is this?
Probably it's the only one up there. Let me find you here.
Oh, yeah, good.
Where are you?
Ah, we are on the same map.
Yeah, probably not too many
I
open.
just went into the door.
I'm in the bar because, that's where I hang out. Oh, let's see.
I'll be there shortly.
I'm on my way out. There you are.
Hello.
Let's see. Is there another instance open? Because Gorn Canyon. Oh, Gorn Canyon. Oh, it's got plenty of players in it already. Where are you going? Gorn Canyon?
Play double.
I'll play Dabo. Okay. Well, while you do that exciting bit of gameplay. So, yesterday was gorgeous here. It was sunny. It was like 60 degrees, so just perfect t-shirt and not shorts, but t-shirt and light pants. And I took the dogs out for a walk after I got back from getting the computer work done because I was kind of stressed. This is an understatement. And I told the dogs, wherever you want to go, we will go there. And of course, they both want to go in different directions all the time. And we walked for about 2 miles, and then the little dog decided she was too tired to go any further. So I got to walk another 2 miles carrying a 12-pound dog.
That's enough of double.
Why don't you come over here to the transporter?
Right, there's a transporter.
Well, don't you want to go kill Gorn?
I do.
So if you do you have the transport? Yeah, go to Gorn Canyon or whatever. So choose Canyon, and this brings you into the room
Canyon.
at the far side, which sometimes has fewer people at this end of it. How many do you have to kill?
20.
Oh, come on, let's go kill some.
Oh,
Then we can go.
not that many people here to kill the Gorn. Oh.
Oh, good. So
Hello.
you should get my kills out of this. Well, apparently everybody has D1 arthropods today instead of Gorn. Hey, Kris, did you do your universal?
Was universal.
The Starday recruitment thing?
Nope.
It's the easiest one. You barely have to touch down. Was that your 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just not interested.
Oh. Shall we beam out of here and leave the rest of these to everybody else?
Better, yeah.
Well, you got your GPL and you got your Gorn, so yeah, you should be able to leave here. All right, Kris, you get to pick the next thing.
I get to pick?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
we did some ground stuff for Wotzehell. He got 2 of his done. Done. Blah. Words difficult.
Words, ew. Well, I've got Syncati ships in the battle zone, phaser damage in space, and Iconian TFOs ×1.
Okay. What does we have for Iconian? We have Gateway and Herald. Bug Hunt. I know how much you love that one. Battle of Cortez.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing.
Shattered
Why does
piece
Battle
counts
of
as like...
Korth has Iconian? No, Shattered Piece does not count as an Iconian. It gives you marks, but it doesn't count as an Iconian.
Okay, well, it's Herald or Gateway then.
Whichever.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me send you a party invitation here. I was going to say it was nice not playing game last night, but it was stressful because I kept waiting for the game to glitch, kept waiting for Space Marines to glitch. It's just one of those... And I didn't sleep well because I was waiting for everything to go wrong last night. And then it didn't go wrong last night. Weewoo?
Weewoo.
Yep.
But anyway, as I was saying, I wound up walking for quite a while yesterday trying to de-stress, and the dog insisted that I carry her because did I bring the carrier with? No. I will have to remember to bring the carrier with next time. And then I thought, okay, we'll take a shorter walk today, you know, something around town, something easier. It's raining.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing here.
Oh, apparently there's a new COVID variant out there. What a surprise.
Yum.
What a
Oh,
surprise.
joy.
Let's see. What is going on with the weather today? Oh, well, that was fast. Oh, thunderstorms this morning. Yeah, we're definitely not taking the doggers out. And then it gets gorgeous. Yay!
What?
Blasto? That's a name.
It's a big stupid jellyfish.
I like it. Which way are you going, Chris? Which way are you going? What's that?
I haven't decided yet. Probably left, that's usually.
Yeah, I tend to go left.
I'm gonna go to the right. Yeah. That direction.
I'm gonna go right then, since you guys are going left. It's not that I don't
Fine.
trust people, but the last time I went left, everybody went left, and nobody thought to go right and take care of stuff. The one poor soul who was stuck there couldn't handle it. Clearly these guys can handle it. Shouldn't worry about that.
The shipyard is secure.
So I'm going left now.
Phase of
So
damage
second
space is completed.
Yay!
Which I had the biggest number, but it got completed pretty soon. Pretty fast, I mean.
I will be plopping myself down in jelly mode over here.
Okie dokie.
I
other
will
guy
be
went
moving
back
as
over to
far
his
away as
side.
possible. I mean, what? Oh, so you won't be able to move and pick up stuff because you'll be stationary.
Yeah. He's just gonna put it
I'll
down
be
there.
stationary. I'll be closing the gates around here.
The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet.
Tested this earlier. With jelly, you can have them be conserved, so to speak, in such a gate. And the jelly will heal them faster than the gateways emit theta radiation.
Really? That's actually brilliant.
But I suppose I
Oops,
should
no, that
close
wasn't
these.
what I wanted to hit. Wrong button.
The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet.
guys are having too much fun. I'm going to the other side because they're letting me shoot things over there.
I'm not shooting anything. What do you mean?
You're healing all the
Oh.
things I've been needing to do. Lord.
Oh.
This
I
is
didn't
not.
realize it's payday today.
Oh, good for you. Yeah, I don't get paid. Oh, I get payday next week. Woo! Such as it is.
Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet.
Can't complain. Having an equivalent of $3,500 on my account.
That's if it's enough to pay your bills. That's great.
That's more than enough to pay my bills.
Then it's fantastic.
It
In
did pay
my
all my bills. I
currency,
got
that's
30 euros.
like 13,000 in my currency. Because you know we kind of are different than US dollar. I think it's
How is the zloty doing?
$4.50 per one zloty. I think. What's the current exchange rate?
I was chatting with Taz about televisions, and he found one that was roughly 10,000 Norwegian kroner. I thought, well, the translation, it's about $1,000 US, so 10 to 1 roughly.
Actually, it's 370 PLN per one zloty. I think.
That's 4. Close enough to 4.
No, 1 USD 370. Yeah.
4 to 1.
It's less than 4. It used to be 4.5 and stuff like that, but really depends on the current state of things.
Oh yeah.
With the recent financial news about the US, I don't think USD stands very high these days.
Not these days, no. It's so interesting. When I was younger, my cousin would come over from Sweden, where the value was to the advantage of the US dollar, so he would do a lot of buying when he was here, or maybe it was the other way around, and then take things home because it was cheaper than trying to buy things there. And then one visit it was the opposite way, so he brought us stuff, and so we started doing this at work because we were a German-based company, and we learned that if we were to float our money into an exchange overnight and grab it the next morning, we could make some extra money for the company. This was all sanctioned and approved, that we had a way to do it that was meeting their blessings, but we made maybe 100,000 extra in money one year just by playing with the exchange rates every night.
Just say that currently I could buy the Lego Enterprise, I wouldn't feel it.
I will have to do that. Maybe I'll do it when I get home.
You were supposed to do that. I thought you bought it.
I was going to, and I completely slipped my mind, Chris. Completely. Lost all
How
track of
could
it.
a Star Trek thingy slip your mind?
Oh, it's been a little busy.
Okay.
I had tons of stuff going on, and now I've got 2 weeks till I go to Texas. Sorry, 2 weeks till I go to Chicago, 3 weeks till I go to Texas.
The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet.
You know, there's always something going on in my life. And then I'm home from Texas till
Oh my god.
Vegas. I've got like 3 months off.
That was mine!
Apparently I didn't get it. How the heck did that happen?
Because you move too close to it and it just resets the range.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but it's stupid really. It doesn't make sense, but it does that.
same
In
reason.
this
Once you
case,
grab it,
can
you
be
should
very
stay in
fiddly.
place. Yeah, when you grab it, you just should stay stationary, because if you move too close or too far away, it would just drop it. Doesn't make sense too much, but yeah.
It's been very...
Sometimes the prompt is going away when I'm standing next to it in the jelly. I'm very stationary.
Oh my goodness, how come this one is more pricier than the what?
Looking at different enterprises or something.
2 different Lego sets actually. Because I was tempted by the Lego Rivendell.
Oh.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful night, and it's Rivendell we see in the first with Fellowship of the Ring, and I love that movie out of all of them the most.
Yeah.
And I remember that I was so mesmerized by the sets and by the visuals, and it's got such a detailed like layout. The entire thing is just so gorgeous. Yeah, when I look at the sets, I'm like, oh my god, it's so gorgeous. But apparently Enterprise is cheaper than Rivendell, and quite significantly. I'm surprised. How many pieces is the Rivendell set? Oh! Oh. Well, that explains a lot. It's got
Oh, is always a good
double the
sign.
amount of elements. It's double the amount of elements. It's 6,000 pieces.
Oh,
6,167. That would take me a week to assemble.
yep.
Meanwhile,
Really.
Enterprise is 3,600. So, yeah, that explains it. That explains it. Damn.
Well, I'm having no issues with the stuttering, the stopping, any of that. That went smoothly.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Yay, I think this is fixed. Yay!
No, it's glad that it wasn't something really, really taxing that you need to exchange a
Yeah.
couple of dozen components or like pay a lot of money. You said it wasn't that pricey,
No,
was
it
it?
wasn't. And it was super fast. And the guy's like, hey, there's
Yeah,
two more
SSDs
people.
are plug and play these days,
Yeah.
right?
The guy's like, there's two people in line, so let's write you up. Come back in 20 minutes and I'll have it done for you. It took him closer to an hour, but that's fine because I went out and took a hike for a while and just enjoyed the weather.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
lovely. And then I get a text going, it's now on the text bench, and within a minute, your equipment is now ready for pickup.
Wow.
Yeah, he told me it was just going to be a matter of plug it in. The one thing I dislike, and it's super minor, I'm not going to worry about it, is there's no clips to hold it in place where he installed it. The other one's just,
But
go ahead.
is that a problem?
No, he put a piece of double-faced tape in there, but it's slightly not square, and that part of my brain that's like, no, it must be perfect and lined up. I've gotten this way since I
So,
retired and I live on my own. Everything in my pantry, when I had a pantry, faced forward and I could see the label. All of my vitamins face forward and I can see the labels. They're organized by height, so they're easy to see. And the fact that it's not quite perfectly square is... I solved it by turning that side away from me so I don't have to look at it.
so you have a heavy OCD in that regard.
No, it's the cords are still slightly cool and they're very rigid, and when it gets warm in there, that's going to change. But I'm not going to worry about redoing that. I'm just going to have it face away from me and I don't have to care about it.
Kris, come to Conqueror.
Yeah, I'm transwarping now.
On my way.
On me way.
So the movie choice for tomorrow, somebody wanted to see Princess Bride. I think that's fine. We should see Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's Friday, right?
Correct.
Yes.
So, last night, oops, we got anything here? This is almost
Well,
done.
There are
yes.
no other instances, so.
Okay, well that means let's go up to the top one that's still open.
Ah,
Where's my ship turning on its own? Excuse me, I didn't tell you to go anywhere.
It's autonomous. Where'd you guys go? Oh, you went over there. I'll go over there then. Where are you going, Kris?
Well, that's the thing. My ship was turning in the wrong direction. I'm going to the upper right corner.
Okay.
you wanted to go to the top?
Well,
Or...
if we go to the upper right corner, if the map switches over, there's one that's very close there.
Oh. Oh.
That was my thought. Oh, there we go. See? And there's one right here. Where is it? There it is. Oh, apparently I'm going to the bottom one. Boy, is my brain messed up. How many do you need, Kris?
10.
Let me know if you're getting any
I'm getting any of these. Done.
Do we want to leave?
Don't care.
It's up to you guys.
Nothing to do much in here.
Yeah, but we could
Cool.
potentially get the
Second mission
lithium out of it if
completed.
either of you need the lithium.
Oof. Can't hurt.
Okay. Also gives us something to do for a little bit. The only thing I have to do is repair shields in space, so not exciting. And as long as we're doing space ETFs.
You're not excited to repair shields in space? Oh no. So much fun to do.
This ship will do it as we're playing, so not much. Got all 4 done? No, anyway, I thought yesterday was Thursday. And
Oh, that's today.
yeah, I know that, but I was thinking yesterday is Thursday, so I got a message from somebody about 3 o'clock going, hey, come to class tonight? I'm like, no, it's Thursday. They're like, no, it's Wednesday. No, I won't be at class tonight. He said, but Mr. Pete's going to be there tonight. No, I haven't seen Mr. Pete in forever. But I still wasn't going to go.
That's blackmail.
It is. So the person of whom I speak, Mr. Pete, is just a wonderful excuse for a human being. When I had a school, he would drive up like 3 days in a row to help teach special classes.
Wait.
Just an amazing teacher.
You said he's a excuse for a human being?
Yes, wonderful excuse for a human being.
That's usually bad, though.
Yeah, I know it's usually bad, so that's why I'm always careful to say it the way it is. He's just a great guy and a great teacher. But he would come up.
Okay,
and he
because
would
I was
teach,
confused.
Like, come up for 3 days and only teach 4 things. And 4 basic things, and he would teach them so well. People are like, oh, can you show us another way to do that? Can you show us another way to do that? How can we do it for this thing? Can we do it for here? Can we do it for that? Kids loved him, the parents loved him, the adults loved him. Well, that's it. I guess we're done here. Did we get anything? Yes, we got one icon. No, that would be from the other one. Don't we get something from this?
Certainly not.
That's crazy. I thought we got stuff from this. I mean, I have
Nope.
an Iconian data probe, but that would have been from Grethart. You know, they ought to do that. When we complete the other maps, we get stuff. Well, let's see. Yeah, we got some dilithium. We didn't even get dilithium out of that. Oh, no, I got 8 dilithium from that. Alright, I am out of here.
You reach.
Yes, ever so rich. Yeah, so I woke up yesterday thinking it was Thursday, and part of my brain woke up this morning going, it's Friday, we get to watch the movie tonight. It's not Friday.
Too much not.
Yes. Either of you up for the event?
And
I already done mine, but sure.
sure, don't
No, I
mind.
can... Oh, okay, fine. Let me queue this up. Weeboo?
We woo.
Because I managed to get all my shield healing done, so all I've got left is ground stuff, and that's
Listen
ever
up.
so
The war has
exciting.
not
But I
been
will
going
jump
well
on my
for
other
the
account real
Federation,
quick when we're
and
done
the
here.
Klingons are advancing to our position.
Oh no. The war has not been going well for the Federation. Somehow.
Blabbity-blah.
I can't stand her accent, it's so annoying.
Yeah,
What is that accent supposed to be?
it's vaguely
it's neither.
Australian, but not really.
Here they come.
She's
Yeah.
trying to be both British, Australian. I don't really know. It's painful.
Yeah.
Because
But
you can't make it out, and it's just like, what is she trying to do? Like, is she trying to pretend an accent?
Well, the thing is, she's an alien, so she can be anything she wants to be, and you can't really
Is she?
criticize it. Yeah, I think
She looks like a
is.
human.
I thought she was supposed to be an alien.
She looks like a human to me. So, I don't know.
Well, that was exciting.
Who was?
There's a
They're
break
being
in incoming
facetious.
warp signatures. We may have a short amount of time before more arrive.
Looked at this yet. Event. Campaign. I'm at 1600 on the event campaign out of 4200.
Reading some heavier ships incoming. Raiders and battle
So I
cruisers.
should be able to get halfway with this one. But you bought it out, right, Chris?
2,101 out of 4,200.
So you are halfway.
Seems that way.
The evacuation ship is launched.
Probably should be there around June, July,
Mm-hmm.
depending on how many events they actually throw out.
Well, let's see, there's
Till
6, so we'll have at least one more before the summer, or yeah, before the summer event, I would think.
Yeah.
March, yeah, so
Yeah.
probably sometime in May we'll have First Contact coming up, which isn't a meta event.
Federation ship is launching. Give them cover.
Well, apparently they kicked out a manager at my company yesterday.
Oh no! What happened?
Well, he used to be a manager in my team before I joined it last
Yeah.
year. Let's just say people took a lot of psychiatric sick leaves during the time he was managing them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Evacuation ship is
He
launching.
was
That's-
allegedly asked,
Cover.
he was offered a
Grouping again.
improvement
Get into
plan.
position to prepare
Uh-huh.
for the next assault.
You know, the thing that, you know, try to get better at whatever you do, but
We call them
he
pits,
was,
but
he refused it.
Here come the Klingon battleships. Keep fighting.
And
oh,
yesterday he was planning his normal day at work, and then the midday he was just called off, and he never came back to his desk.
I've never had that happen to me.
Honestly,
Any
like,
of my bosses when I've been there.
yeah, HR was had enough with him. Like it's funny because I remember he was a shift lead before, and I couldn't say anything bad about him. He was doing his job. Really, wasn't anything special, like negative or anything. So that was kind of random. Came out of nowhere. Um, but when he transitioned into being a manager and he was managing my current team, which I wasn't part of, then I wasn't even aware he was a manager and he was managing that team until I actually joined. He was swapped for a manager in a different team, and he was called off to be somewhere else, and was managing a different team for the past 3 months. I don't know. I don't think they complained about him, but the stuff that was dragging behind him, all those cases, but people, you know, came forward to HR and reported him out. Turned out to be too heavy for the company to keep him,
Yeah.
especially that he rejected the improvement plan. So they sent an email yesterday in the evening when I was out. I saw it only this morning that you're no longer part of our company. Thank you.
So you can usually
Right.
tell how somebody leaves a company by the way the so and so is no longer with our company is phrased, as in we wish him well on his next endeavor, or
I mean,
he's pursuing
they did
other
say we thank him
opportunities.
for contributions and wish him the best in his future endeavors.
Well, in the U.S., that would be we're leaving on good terms. 2 weeks notice that so and so is leaving. We're leaving on great terms, and so and so has chosen to pursue other opportunities. Nothing else. That's a bad ending. That's something bad happened, and we're not talking about
Keep up
it.
with this kind of war.
You mean the way that was communicated here?
Well, no, I'm saying the way that things get communicated here. You can read into how HR sends out that last message to interpret how bad things were.
Well, he sent an email, dear all, I would like to share that this and this is no longer with our company. We thank him for his contributions and wish him the best in his future endeavors. The following individual contributors from his team have been reassigned to new managers.
Okay, so that's pretty. They're not.
Standard.
Yeah, that's very standard. They're not burning bridges. There's. That sounds like a very professional Toodaloo.
Yeah,
Hmm.
except behind the scenes it's kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to end my emails with that. A very courteous and professional toodaloo.
There is a TikToker, a short YouTuber, who has his increasingly psychotic farewells to his boss, signing off each letter. And they are, I have to write them down because sometimes they're so funny. Typically you'd end a business thing with regards. And he would go on with moist regards or psychotically yours, etc., etc. And it just escalates, and he'll do 10 of them for each YouTube short, and they're very funny. But apparently, I have a friend in Australia who says the way that you say, uh, with regards or fond regards or good regards. But there's one that is like, it's not warm regards. Maybe it is warm regards, but it's the professional way of saying F you. But only in Australia, because I'll do it here or in Germany, and they'll be like, oh, that's fine. Oh, thank you, that was really polite. But apparently there, it's just like, since you guys aren't American, this won't translate maybe. But if your grandmother will say things like, um, well, bless you. Well, bless you. That is just like the
Bless your heart.
bless your heart. Yeah, that will do that one. That is a professional grandma diss. And also, oh, aren't you sweet? As in, you, that's all you could do?
Aren't you delusional?
Yeah, yeah. You are delusional. Thank you. You guys know
I always thought
English
that.
better than I do.
I always thought that the previous one, bless your heart, is in England is a completely different meaning.
It depends on who says it here. So,
No, here it's like bless his heart is meaning oh God bless him or something
yeah.
like it. But like this is really just a positive thing.
Well,
It never has any negative connotation in that whatsoever.
if it's coming from a grandmother, it's not necessarily a good thing. If a stranger drops their grocery bag and you help them pick up their groceries and they say they're genuine about it. So it's all in the spirit of the moment. But if it's your grandmother, maybe not. But if she's saying it to somebody else about something else, then it means something else. You have to take it in context.
My grandmother said that I would be terrified since she's been dead since the 80s.
Is she still going to get you?
Hmm.
I love my grandmother, my mom's mom. She was a salt of the earth person. She didn't dance around stuff at all. My other grandmother was, I'm going to say not higher class, but more of an elite status. So she couched things in more superlatives and didn't really tell you her feelings because you weren't worthy of them in some levels. But my other grandmother was a farmer's wife and was about as subtle as a hammer. So you knew what she was thinking. But nonetheless, I loved my grandmother and my grandfather on my mom's side. So, it's still kind of early. Shall we do something else? Actually, hang on. Let me do this. I'm going to switch over to my other account. Let's see if we got something else that's fun.
You
Oh,
think they're gonna bring him back in a way?
he's not going to say anything wrong. He's a smart man. Let's see. I have Tetrion
Yeah,
damage in space. Ew.
but he could as well say nothing. He's at the position where she just doesn't need to give a crap.
Yeah, no, he's not going to do that.
But he actually went out of his way and made a comparison to the way Trek was back in his day when
Okay, so here,
some southern stations really just didn't like the kiss with Uhura thingy.
yeah. My thought about Shatner and a lot of people from that time, kind of through TNG, not as much, but there was the very correct way of responding to things like controversies, which is yes, you engage respectfully, you do things that support the general overall side that you are on, and he is definitely pro Star Trek and pro himself. So he is going to be professional and polite and say things that are
Yeah,
good
yeah.
for him.
Like,
I think that is a great way to do things. It's just.
I mean, again, like Patrick Stewart doesn't come up with any statements at all.
Yep.
He could have, like, Shatner could have been in the same position, and yet he still comes out and says, that not much has changed since that time. We still have issues with something that should be considered very basic, and I really have to think.
I think you still.
I had a laugh that someone actually responded to prove him wrong by using ChatGPT lying about
Yeah,
that
don't. Yeah, no, that I
reception.
heard about. By the way, could somebody invite me to the team, or
Uh,
because you two are still teamed?
yeah, we are. Which one are you?
But neither one of you seems to be team lead, so I can't invite myself to join you.
I
Oh,
can't
there it is.
invite.
Hold on.
I'm just. Never mind.
Okay,
Yeah, let's do. Yeah,
here we go.
do it like that.
We'll do it like that. Yeah. Chris Ascension invitation. I need some Tetrion damage in space. I also need it on the ground, but I'll take it in space. And I don't
Do
care
have
how
some
we do
Tetrium
it.
guns.
Pardon?
Tetrium guns, I suppose.
I have Tetrion. I have a ship built with Tetrion, so we have some time. Chris, what's held? Either of you have something you'd like to do?
Don't
Uh,
really.
Okay. I don't want to do guillotine on the ship. It's really not strong enough. How about infected conduit or hive onslaught? Or Jupiter Eratus, just for fun.
Sure, I'm
Let's
fine
do
with
Hive
either.
Onslaught.
Hive onslaught, you got it. We are queued for hive onslaught. By the way, there is no Universal after today until next Monday, so weekend off. Woo!
That would have been Azure.
And it's a dilithium weekend. It is a
Neat.
dilithium weekend starting April 2nd. Wee woo, by the way.
Weeboo indeed.
Yep.
So 5 days of dilithium, and I am here for most of them. That's cool. Let's see, so it's 6 o'clock. There's something that
Wait.
works.
Oh my god, I read something online that cracked me up.
Hmm.
It's not an art. It isn't a big deal to be brave like a lion. Lions are giant. They don't have natural enemies. Be brave like a guinea pig. Kilo of a fluffy potato with no defensive skills or offensive skills that is screaming at a 50 times bigger ape that is bringing the wrong piece of salad. That's bravery.
That's brave.
And that kind of is true because I remember my guinea pig would scream the hell out of everyone because she didn't get her what was it? The green thing from Carrot.
Carrot
The,
tops.
the green part, yeah, the carrot tops. You didn't get it in time when my mom was leaving for work. She would wake up the entire household because she was screaming that loud. And I'm like, we could snap your neck by a single motion of a hand,
Yeah.
and you still have the nerve to calling it out and waking everyone like after a bad night or something like, oh, you little rascal. And that is true. That's bravery.
It is. Well, somebody has pointed out that
But they,
capybaras.
yeah, but they take it from capybaras, which they're related to, because capybaras don't give a fluff.
They don't give a fluff because they're not smart enough to give a fluff. That's the funny thing. They'll ride on the back of alligators or crocodiles or whatever they are because they will. But, if a croc's hungry, it's going to eat it.
But capybaras are so chill with everyone.
They are chill with everyone because I don't think they're smart enough not to be chill.
I'm not sure about stupidity.
But I love them. I think they're adorable.
They don't think they behave in a prey kind of manner, which is often confusing to predators.
Yeah,
Some
that is true.
predators will chase something for the sake of chase because their instinct is to chase because something is running from them.
Right.
Capybara isn't running away from them
No.
most of the time, so it's like, maybe there's something I don't know about it. Maybe I shouldn't try to go for it. Kind of approach. Maybe that's why they're so chill with everyone because they don't give a fluff.
That could totally be.
I've heard that there's a cafe with capybaras where you can just chill with a capybara.
I want to go there.
I would love to go to a place like that. It sounds like so much fun. Alright, get away from those tentacles from me. Ew. Ew, ew, ew.
Nope.
Yes? I will not subnuke her. I did subnuke her. Not that it
She'd
make
be
much
dead.
difference to her. She would be dead anyway.
Well,
Yeah.
she's not dead. I mean, she can't be dead. She's talking to us. She'll still be alive.
It's just an automated transmission, you know.
Okay, I want you to know that on that one I got to 492,695 of my 500,000. Could I get one more shot in? No.
You were missing just that little. Oh
Yeah,
my god, that's the
6,000.
worst.
That's okay. I still have to run the daily on this account too, so I will do that in a few minutes. But it's like, no.
So dumb that it's just like, oh, let's give them let's cut them some slack. No, be very, very precise. Gosh darn it! Waves fist in the air.
Oh, so how about a quick infected conduit just to cap off the morning?
Sure.
I kind of thought that one was going to take a little bit longer than it took.
No. No, sorry, I brought my courage class with a proton build. They will melt.
Yeah, they did.
It's funny because it's not even like okay, my DPS is like almost 3000 DPS per singular beam.
Mm-hmm. Weeboo?
But but I don't know. I think enemies just don't have general resistance against proton type
No, for the
weapon,
moment, that's still one of the fun parts of it. Well, that's
and they
interesting.
have protonic crush applying, which is a proton damage. For 15 seconds, it's giving 1000 proton damage for 15 seconds per second.
Wow.
Which also scales with number of nearby foes affected by this effect, so it just increases the protonic crush. So it's really kicking butt.
Yeah. Yeah, those proton
Also
builds.
ignores shields, why not?
Yep.
Yeah. That's another thing. And I have a beam overload here, beam overload 3, with additional boosting from traits. So
I love the concept
it's
that
actually
it
funny.
ignores
'Cause,
shields. It's like, no, they're not there. We don't see them.
what shields? What shields?
I don't see no stinking shields.
Actually funny because like people think, oh, Janeway is such a weak science ship. There are so much better ones. Yeah, put a proton build on it, and then we'll talk. I put a proton build on it, and then renamed the loadout Proton Destroyer because that's what it does. Like I've been in advanced, one of those advanced patrols.
Yeah.
The one that I'm running usually with randomized enemy types,
Mm-hmm.
and I got the friggin' Breen. And they are usually kicking my butt on literally any ship, because Breen are really one of the toughest space enemies when it comes to like an advance. And an advance in this specific one, specific patrol, are actually kind of like almost like elite. If you're running on advance or normal, they come like harder than advanced TFO.
One of those ones like you've got the easy and the hard ones.
It only has normal and hard, which
Normal
means
hard.
when you're normal and advanced, it's halfway to elite already, but it also scales the enemy damage.
Yep.
And so they're really pulling quite a punch, and I'm like, oh, I don't feel anything. My shields are not even down. It's like, what the heck is Janeway doing with this ship? This ship is really becoming a powerful one. I love it for it. That's why I wanted to get the Mars class. Hasn't been an exchange in a while. But that's good because I'm saving up for it. But I wanted to do a build with cannons and turrets, proton cannons and turrets, because it is an escort, and I want to see how that's gonna pan out because that might actually do some nice punch because it's still slightly scientifically oriented. So I really want to test it out.
So Satalia has deigned to grace us with her presence. Hi, Satalia. Hiya. Am I using Moopsy as an SSD? Yes.
You better.
It would be a skeletal sucking device.
SSD. I like the ring of it.
Sally, you weren't here yesterday or the past couple of days when I've been having no end of problems with everything computer related. So the upshot is new SSD. And if it can handle Moopsyisms, then we are good. If Moopsy will travel. You can barely hear me. Thank you. That's interesting. Is that any better, Satoya?
Of course, Italia comes at the end of the stream
Yeah.
to let Mom know that her that sound is great.
That's okay.
Sensors confirm that the transwarp conduit has been destroyed. However,
Yay! So I use the mic settings where I can see what's going out into the recording, but that doesn't apply to what's happening in Discord, as we know. As we know. And then, of course, it's Thursday, which means we probably had a reset last night, and I'll have to go back and reset all my volumes. Now I hear Mom. Thank you. I will definitely have to make sure my settings are right if I'm going to record today. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you, Kris. Thank you, Wotzehell. Appreciate you being here today, testing out the new SSD, which seems to be working just great. I am very happy.
Neat.
Yeah. Yay! Cheap fixes. We'll do a major expensive fix after I get back from Vegas. If I can afford it then. God knows what prices are going to be. And if not, maybe I'll just do an upgrade of this and look at new stuff in a little bit later. So on behalf of everybody here at welcome to the Moopsyverse, because I couldn't remember the name of the show, have a wonderful day. We will see you in about 10 hours at 5 o'clock our time here in the States for, I don't know what, something. We'll do something tonight. We will be back, though. Take care, everyone, and, as we like to say around here, stay moopsome.
Some
who are you?
We are the knights who say...
Moopsy.